face. Introduce you to the game with your best. Hopping out the V with a freak. Blue Honda stacking up neat. You can get whacked in a week. She got a big old booty, good physique. In the jacuzzi, rubbing on my feet. She so bad, she don't wanna talk and speak. A lot of cash, and she love it when I speak. These new big they look like water out that sea. Blow your brain, turn it to a sunroof. Make the stick kick, hit kung fu. Spin 100, let the zombie hunt you. Get you wet when I sneeze, hot you. Millionaire coming through in white suit.
Assalamu alaikum, bro.
Salam.
How are you, my brother?
Good, man. Just chilling right now in the gym.
So back in the gym already.
You know what it is, yeah? I just like to show face sometimes after my fights. You should show, you know what I mean? Right now, I'm icing my foot. I'm just trying to, like, you know, say hi to people that's here right now.
Oh, man, I feel you. I understand. So, alhamdulillah. So, first, what I would like to start from is introduce yourself for the people who don't you know you. Like, where you from? You get me?
So, obviously, for those who don't know, yeah, I'm Sabir. So you call it Sabir. It depends on which how you pronounce it. For those guys who can't pronounce that, Sabir. Newham, East London, Stratford is where I raised. Yeah, boxer, MMA fighter, K1 fighter. You know, pretty much do it all. To be fair, I compete in all sports I can. That's available, really.
Yeah. So what started it off for you? What started off your journey for you?
Self-defense, really. You know, I grew up in an area where I think you need to know how to defend yourself, innit? So I went in my first BHA classes. I did my grappling, so jiu-jitsu on the Steve O'Keefe. I got pretty good at it. I saw the boxing classes, joined the Muay Thai classes, and then before you knew it, the coach said, "Why not compete?" So I competed, and I kept competing, and now, like 5 years down the line, maybe 6, I'm here.
Let's go!
You know, it's been a while, obviously during lockdown. It's been a minute since I last competed. I think last year March. So the feeling leading up to the fight was amazing. Like, I felt excited. You know, you get the adrenaline, you get so many like moves in your head you want to try out, so many things you want to do. I don't know, but on the fight day, you realize, oh, this is business. Like, so you gotta get yourself in that mindset of literally going to war, because especially in K1, you're throwing bones, innit? You're gonna clash shins. You're gonna like, it's gonna hurt. Everything's gonna hurt. Like whatever you throw, even when you're throwing punches or shots, it's gonna hurt you too. So I gotta prepare myself doing that, and then yeah, I saw my teammates go out. My friend of mine, Hasib, he went out and he won his fight before me, like 2 fights before me. It gave me a little boost, and obviously all my friends and family came down, and that made me even more excited. So when I went out, I was quite confident, I was happy. Everyone went to plan, alhamdulillah. Yeah, like, I can't complain. Okay, so the guy I was against, yeah, for weeks, there was the conversation between my camp and his camp about the weight cut. So originally we agreed on 62 kg, but I fight around 60, even lighter sometimes. But I agreed 62 because I felt like I need to fight. It's been a while. I'll take it. Weeks went by. The guys, his camp started saying, "Oh, let's go 64."
Yeah.
I'm like, brother, I can eat 3 dinners and I still won't be 64. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it don't make no sense for me to 64. And then he agreed 62. All right, we kind of got past that. And the glove size came in the conversation. Like, I think I always assumed it'd be 10 ounce, but for some reason we went lower. And then yeah, we agreed. We said, listen, I don't care what glove size we do, we just do it. Because I come from an MMA background, so I fight 4 or 6 ounces anyways.
Yeah.
So then yeah, the opponent was mainly a power, he threw wild hooks, power shots. He got some first round finishes in his career, but I felt like he's only a one-round fighter. The first round is a dangerous round, and once you get past that, you'll be in trouble.
Yeah.
So the game plan was literally stick and move, which I did like in the first round. But even in the first round, when I was sticking and moving, I dropped him with the right hand. So
Yeah.
I was quite surprised that he could actually go down from a guy lighter than him. I'd say it's a weird one because usually I use my hands quite often in all my fights. Like I'm quite volume with my hands. But in this fight, I threw a lot of kicks, low kicks, high head kicks. You know what I mean? So it was a bit different in my previous fight. So I would say, I guess, usually I do too much hands. Now today yesterday I did too much legs. So I guess just to find the right balance in the next fight. Yeah.
Inshallah.
All in favour of your winner, in the blue corner. And let's raise the roof from the rock. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
I would say the future. I'll say, yeah, a few more. Like maybe I want to go flyweight in MMA. I want to try cut down to 57. I'll probably get 2 bouts over there, and then go pro in MMA. And then once I do that, yeah, I guess the sky's the limit, you know.
Yeah. So are you trying to fight before the end of the year again?
For sure, 100%. Yeah, it's a long way left to the end of the year. Probably I'll try get. So it's July, August. I'll try maybe squeeze in 2 if I could. So yeah, but right now my foot is quite the size of a balloon. So once I get that healed up in maybe 2 weeks, hopefully.
Are you gonna go? Have you get it checked? Are you gonna get it checked?
Nah, you know what it is? I go to doctors, they tell me things that I don't want to hear. You know what I mean? I go feeling. If it feels good, it's good to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I feel you. No, I feel you. A lot of Somalis are like that. I can't lie. We avoid it until there's no other option.
You know my last fight, yeah? Like 2 years ago, I had crutches in it.
Yeah.
And I saved in my room because I knew one day I'm going to need them again. And this is the day I need them again. Then, I guess consistent, like being consistent. Also, don't lie to yourself. Like, I feel like a lot of people say they train hard, but they don't really know what hard training really is. So they assume just showing up sometimes is hard training, but no, you got to make sure you do the hours. Even outside of training, is also as important. The runs, the making sure you stretch, the making sure you recover. And yeah, I guess being consistent in the gym and training hard, and also recovery and training smart too. You don't want to be doing, I guess, hard sparring every single day of the week. You got to make sure that you schedule your training to where it suits your body. Mad love.
Yeah.
Mad love. We all speak to each other, you know. We all like Jesse from Holland. Obviously, more than my brother from early. Like we knew each other since like school days. Fuad, Pirate, Boxer. There's so many. Like we keep in contact, so we keep track of each other's careers. So whenever I get a victory, they celebrate my victory. Whenever they get a victory, I celebrate their victory. You know, it's actually like a strong bond we have with each other.
It's only right.
I think definitely. Me and Modin spoke about it a few times, having like his dream is to like have UFC in Somalia and have us like on the card.
Yeah.
I think that would be like the highlight.
That's the
Yeah. So you never know. Even if it's an own promotion,
Yeah.
if it's a Somali promoter, you put a good venue on, you could definitely make it happen. Yeah. Yeah. So obviously the foot is a bit messed, but I would say I'll be still being in and out of gym. Like you can see right today, I'm in the gym. You know, but yeah, I'm gonna try. I heard the nationals in boxing might be coming around again, so I might finish up my boxing career with the nationals, and then hopefully MMA fights and more K1 fights. When the opportunity comes, I take it. That's what.
Which one do you think? Which one do you enjoy the most?
MMA easily. MMA. Yeah, you get the most nerve, you get the most like anxiety, like the feeling that you don't get for any other sport.
Okay. What about the wrestling now? What's your wrestling scene?
I think so. I'm blue belt currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grapple like every week, like good 4 or 5 sessions a week. So yeah, I grapple quite often.
Okay, mashallah, mashallah.
Promise you, man. Remember, I did promise you I'll do after
No,
the
and you
fight.
kept your promise.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you, man.
I appreciate it, my brother. And well, what you're doing is there's a lot of people that you're motivating. You might not even see it like that sometimes. Like there's just, even if one youth says, yo, that Mali guy, did you see him? Yo, I can do that. Do you get me? That's a big thing. Just one man. Wallahi.
Bro, you saying that, yeah. Like recently, I'm getting so many messages, so much love from just the whole community, and for me, that's humbling, bro. Like I've never had that in my whole life. I have people like strangers reach out to me, telling me, like, I'm your brother, this and that. Like wishing me luck in that. That's, for me, that's amazing.
Mashallah, mashallah. What are you saying? The Somali community is supporting you, yeah?
But, bro, we're the best, man. We're the most loving community there is. Like, there's nothing like us, bro.
Mashallah, mashallah. Nah, but I appreciate the time, brother. Inshallah, we wish you the best. Get me, my bro. And we want us keep us up to date with what's going on, inshallah. Get me onwards and upwards, my brother. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, we keep in touch for sure, my guy.
Definitely, inshallah. Thank you very much again.
All right, bro. Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Come on, champ.
دليل نعطي ليش